After years of sharing the same setup, my wife was finally able to build her own PC. This is made possible by me building my new dream PC, so if you haven't seen that, check it out. But this is my wife's ITX build. Starting off, we have the case that she's had her eye on for quite a while. This is the IQUNIX ZX1 ITX case. This is the water cooling edition. We got this in the white coral colorway, and I think it looks fantastic. For the motherboard, we went with the ASRock B550 Phantom Gaming ITX motherboard. It features Wi-Fi capabilities as well as wonderful connectivity, and it supports an AM4 chipset, which we'll be using. For the CPU, we went with the Ryzen 7 5800X. This is a great CPU by AMD and is the CPU that I featured in my old build. It is actually an upgrade from what I started with in my old build, and it has plenty of power for her to use this for work, a little bit of streaming, and a little bit of content creation. For RAM, we went with the G.Skill Trident Z RGB series. We went with a total of 16 gigabytes of RAM, which is plenty of memory for her uses. We won't be utilizing the RGB function, so later on we did go into the settings and turn these lights off. Now to start putting some components inside the physical case. I will admit that this case was not the easiest to build in. It still was a good time, and this was my first ITX build and my wife's first PC build in general. It took a little maneuvering, planning, and YouTube videos, but we were able to get it done. Here we are placing the motherboard in and screwing everything down. And when we get to some new parts, I'll point those out as well. And now onto the back of the case. It does sport its own riser cable, which allows you to mount the GPU on the back, and this allows you to save space while keeping everything condensed in this ITX case. This is her installing the cables for the physical case itself. This allows us to get all of that front-facing connectivity. And here we are installing the cooler. This is a Cooler Master all black AIO. It is not the cooler that we ended up sticking with for this build. Once my wife completed her build, we found that the CPU was running way too hot into 90 degrees Celsius, and it is not something that we wanted to keep for long term. So I ended up swapping out this cooler for a Corsair all white AIO. I will skip ahead to show you that in the final build. However, I want to keep this clip in of her installing the Cooler Master AIO so you get the sense of her building her entire first PC. Here she is applying her thermal paste. She did go with the X and 4 dot method to get good coverage along this entire CPU. The AIO currently installed in this video did not come with any pre-applied thermal paste, and once again I told you that the cooling on it was suboptimal. And here is the cooler we ended up using. This is an all-white 240mm cooler by Corsair, and it did come with the RGB faceplate that we took off because she won't be using RGB. For the power supply, we did go with the Leon Lee SP750 Gold 750 watt power supply. This will provide plenty of power for the components she currently has, but will be something we may need to upgrade if we go with a stronger GPU in the future. For the GPU, we're sticking with the AMD Radeon RX 5700. This is the first GPU I ever bought and it was in my old PC. She's not planning to do much gaming, however, this is the card that got me into PC gaming, got me into streaming, and I was able to do both those simultaneously. For her uses, it's something that will serve just well. However, it is the first thing that we will probably upgrade in the future. And after that GPU is installed, we are coming to the end of this PC build. We get all the faceplates on as well as the top cover, and my wife has completed her first PC. This was a lot of fun and she is super proud of herself for building her first PC, especially in a difficult ITX case. But if you ask me, this PC looks great. Let me know what you think down below in the comments, anything you would change, and let us know whose PC you think is better. I'm White Coat Gamer. Like, subscribe, and share. Have a great day.